Hi guys, I'm starting off this week with a recipe my mum made. It is an ottolenghi recipe for roast chicken, and she served it with an amazing load of side dishes. The main dish was chicken and lemons and za'atar. I'm definitely going to be recreating it at home.
So Laura's mentioned that we're having pizza for tea sometime this week, and that's tonight. So I'm making the pizza bases. I've done a mixture of strong white flour and einkorn flour, which is an ancient grain. Very old, and it seems to make a really nice consistency. It's nice and stretchy, but doesn't like stretch out too much. Still retains its shape. I'm just poking holes so that we don't get big air bubbles in the middle of the base. Here is a finished pizza. Doesn't that look good? Nice melty mozzarella cheese there. The goat's cheese should be nice and soft. The figs are a bit cooked, and we put some asparagus on because, well, that's in season and it goes well with the goat's cheese. Oh, we need to put balsamic glaze on it too. Hold on a second. There we go. And we're going to have that with rocket on the side.
Tonight I'm doing a chicken stew for tea, so I'm just browning off the chicken thighs. I've already done some of them. They were coated in a mix of flour and some spices. There's some turmeric and some cumin in there, salt and pepper. And then I'm going to add the vegetables to it, so I've got some mushrooms. I also think I've got another carrot in the fridge, a couple of carrots I'm going to do, and a couple of leeks. So I've got it all in the pan now. I've also added a vegetable stock cube. You don't really want it to boil. They say a stew boiled is a stew spoiled, so I'm going to turn that down. It just got a bit hot. I've also got some dumplings. These are Aunt Bessie's ones. They're just frozen. They take 12 minutes to do. So this is the stew all reduced down. It's nice and thick and ready to go. And these are the dumplings. And this is the chicken stew plated up, ready to go. We're having meatballs for tea, so I'm just going to take a few out of this bag. This is how I froze them all before. I did freeze them raw. They're not cooked, but I froze them out on this ice bank. The rest of the meatballs I did roll out and put into the freezer. I put them in raw and put them on this greaseproof paper in a tray. They're frozen now, so I can put them all together into a bag. But if you don't freeze them individually, they just all stick together in like a big lump, and it actually made loads of meatballs, so we've got plenty there of those. And we're having that with some frozen mashed potato, and then I'm going to get some broccoli from the garden to go with it. And these are the meatballs. I'm just reheating them in this glass dish. I'm also using frozen mashed potato. I've just taken it out of the plastic bag that it was in the freezer in, and there's a little bit of water in the bottom of this pan, and I'm just going to put the lid on it. That water will heat up and it'll soften a bit, and then I can break it down. And then the mashed potato, it just starts to melt down into the liquid. It looks a bit wet at the moment, but it won't be once that big solid lump in the middle has melted too. The mash is coming together now. There are still a few frozen bits in it, so I'm just going to keep moving it and get those lumps of frozen bits broken up. And broccoli from the garden. This is a super quick dinner, so we're having instant gravy granules as well, and you add to this a little bit of cream, which makes it like the gravy that you get at IKEA. I like it quite thick. You don't actually need that much cream. And those meatballs take about 20 minutes from frozen. So I'm going to put the gravy over this and also serve it with some lingonberry jam. It is a quick dinner, but it was a little bit heavy on the dishes. I guess that's okay because I have got some time to wash up. And we're ready to go. So Swedish style meatballs with mash, broccoli from the garden, and lingonberry jam with creamy gravy. Tonight for dinner we are having these pies. They're Charlie Bingham pies. They've risen hugely in the oven. I'm really impressed with them, and we're having them with boiled potatoes, and I'm just going to put them onto a bed of lettuce. Actually, they're served in like those ceramic dishes. This is kind of to stop the dishes from shaking around all over the place, because we're going to eat it sitting on the sofa. So this is dinner ready to go. This was not our planned dinner this evening. Trevor just picked these pies up on his way in because they cook quite quickly. I didn't take anything out of the freezer for dinner in time. That waffle I took out and I was going to eat for my lunch, which has just been one of those days, so we've got this as a quick dinner instead. And that's also why I chopped up the potatoes so small, so they cooked really quickly. Tonight we're having a salad for tea, so I'm just prepping up all the vegetables here. It was going to be a Caesar salad, so I shaved some parmesan to put on the top of it, And I poached the chicken already this morning. I've had that in the fridge, but I've just realised we haven't got any Caesar dressing. So I'm going to make some kind of blue cheese dressing, I think. I've got some cream and I've got some mayonnaise, so I'm going to just mix some of those together and see. I'm sure I can come up with just a light cheesy dressing for it. I've also got some capers there and a big thing of iceberg lettuce and some chickpeas. I'm just going to do a big chunky salad. I've diced up the parsley and put it in the bowl with the chickpeas and then the other vegetables, and each of the bowls is going to have a chicken breast on it, and I'm going to also finely shred the lettuce. So I've diced up the lettuce and I've also mixed up the, I guess it is a blue cheese sauce. It's cream, mayonnaise, like equal amount of both, half of the blue cheese and then a dash of white wine vinegar, and just mixed it all together. It's nice and thick. I think that's going to be a nice dressing. And this is one of those mega salad bowls ready to go.
We're having rack of lamb. I think it's probably a spring lamb, extra yummy. Just roasting it in the oven. I've just put some potatoes in when it's about halfway done, so they get cooked nicely with it. To accompany the lamb, we are having some sauteed vegetables, just carrots and some broccoli.
That lamb looks really good. So this is our lamb served up for this evening. Thanks for watching this week, guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.